Hello YouTube and welcome to the Contrarian's Compass. I'm your host JD3 and I'm broadcasting from beautiful Colorado. Today I want to talk a little bit about white light spiritual experiences in AA. Now, for those of you involved in AA or 12 Steps, or you've been involved before, you know that Bill Wilson, one of the founders, had what he called a white light spiritual experience. Basically this experience where, the spirit of God supposedly came to him and he was down on his knees and he went from being somebody who didn't believe and was skeptical to absolutely believing while he was in the hospital getting his early stages of treatment. Now, interestingly, the white light spiritual experience is one of those things that's talked about a lot in meetings. We talk about spiritual experience, but I'm yet to meet anyone who can actually explain having that same type of experience that Bill did. Now, there is the spiritual appendix, the appendix in the back, right? The spiritual experience. So, oftentimes when reading that part of the big book about Bill W., it tells you to flip back and read the appendix. So you go back to the appendix, and what does the appendix say? Well, the appendix basically talks about how, we know that we've maybe given the impression that everyone needs to have a white light spiritual experience, but that's not really the case. There's also the educational variety, and that is that you learn as you go, and over a period of time, through working a program and going through the steps, you will have a connection to a higher power. So, and it's not even questioned. There's not even a second thought about that. Oh, okay, well, not everybody's special like Bill the prophet. However, there is this educational variety for all us normal folk. But let's think through that a little bit more. What is it that's odd about Bill's story, and why is it convenient, maybe a little too convenient, that spiritual experience appendix was added? Well, going back to Bill Wilson, when he was in his early stages of treatment, he talks about what's called the Belladonna treatment. What the Belladonna treatment was, it was a treatment used for alcoholics back in his time to help them. And what Belladonna is it's deadly nightshade. That's another name for it. So it's a hallucinogen. So here Bill is hospitalized doing what's called the Belladonna treatment, which is a hallucinogen, and he has a white light spiritual experience where he meets God. Interesting. And so he has this experience, AA begins and blah, 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 blah. Along come people, and nobody else seems to be having this white light spiritual experience. So they put in the appendix talking about, oh, the educational variety. That's okay too. Interesting. So, is it that Bill was special? And because he's one of the leaders, right? He's one of the prophets. So, was it that he's special and God spoke to him differently than everyone else, or was it that he was on a hallucinogen in his early stages of recovery? In fact, I wonder if the Belladonna treatment, if deadly nightshade was the norm for all newcomers, I wonder if there'd be more white light spiritual experiences and maybe less of a need for the educational variety or that spiritual appendix. I'm here to offer that Bill's spiritual experience was actually a product of a hallucinogen. It was drug-induced. It was not real. The spiritual experience appendix is too convenient because nobody else is having this white light spiritual experience, because nobody else is on hallucinogens, because everybody else is sober from everything from the neck up, right? That includes hallucinogens. Oh, so we'll all just do the educational variety. It's total BS. Bill Wilson was on hallucinogens. If everyone else was on hallucinogens too, they'd be having a white light spiritual experience too. As far as the educational variety, that's just a cop-out. It's a loophole to make, oh, it's okay, you don't have to have it, oh, okay. Well, how about there's no spiritual experience to begin with? It was drug-induced all along with Bill, and everyone else is just indoctrinated with the big book and meetings and all the jargon, and that's what they call the educational variety spiritual experience. It's a little bit too convenient. What are your thoughts on this? Well, go ahead, let me know what you think down in the comments, and make sure to click subscribe if you're interested in hearing more content. Thank you.